writer of this post only went by the letter G, so we'll call her Gina and her boyfriend Doug. It's the spring of 2007. Gina and Doug are road tripping their way down from New York to Florida for a music festival. And they're driving south along the highway on the east side of Central Florida when they pull into a rest area because Doug needs to take a nap. He'd been driving all day when he decided that he needs to take a quick rest before he gets back behind the wheel. And they just bought this van, and Doug doesn't think that Gina can handle maneuvering it. So he has been doing all the driving. Doug parks, jumps in the back of the van, lies down on the futon mattress, and tells Gina, "Leave me alone," and then proceeds to pass out from exhaustion. And Gina's pretty freaked out because it's late. It's dark, and the rest area is unmanned, locked up, and dark inside. The restrooms are closed, and the small rest area building is surrounded in the back by dark woods. And there are 4 other cars in the parking lot, but no sign of any drivers. So Gina assumes that they all probably had nap attacks as well. Now, normally, under these circumstances, Gina would have never stepped foot outside of that van. Her instincts tell her, do not get out of the van. But she had taken some ibuprofen that had given her some brutal nausea. She needed some pretzels, so she musters up all of her courage, opens the passenger door, and squeezes out in the space between their van and the car that's parked right next to them. And as soon as Gina has a clear line of sight to the front of the rest area building, she sees the thing. And she sees it clearly. Straight ahead, she sees the brightly lit front facade of the rest area building. To the left of the doors is it. To the right of the doors is a vending machine. Immediately, it communicates with her. Gina's flooded with what she considers to be a telepathic message from the creature.
I cannot be seen. I cannot be seen. I must travel by night and exist in the darkness. I cannot be seen. I cannot be seen. I cannot be seen.
And Gina feels an enormous wave of compassion for the being rather than fear, which would seem the more logical reaction to anybody reading this story. But for some reason, Gina's brain only categorizes it as one thing initially, an outsider worthy of compassion. Its skin is pure chalk white, not the skin tone white, but the color white. Its eyes are several times larger than a human's. It has 2 little air holes for a nose and just a little slit for a mouth. Its frame is completely concealed by its enormous, long, black hooded robe. And it looks as though it's quite gaunt underneath, pretty frail looking. And it's sitting on its butt, knees bent, back up against the brick wall to the left of the front door of the rest area. And it's sitting with its back very straight, tall, and erect. And it seems in awe of her. Or maybe it's just in awe of the fact that she is actually approaching it. It looks vaguely like a human. Very vaguely. Its face is snake-like, and its eyes are right on her. Gina throws a little everyday smile in its direction. And then she does something kind of strange. She continues to walk toward the rest area, even after seeing it. She walks towards the rest area building, closer to it. She walks forward about 20 feet from the rear of the van to the rest area steps, up the 20 or so steps, and to the right side where the vending machine is. And her thoughts at this point are a little bizarre in retrospect. Gina feels bad for the thing. She doesn't want it to feel different. And she knows that sounds hilariously quaint if we are indeed talking about an interdimensional being. But she doesn't want to run back to the van because she doesn't want to hurt its feelings. She doesn't want to make it feel like a freak. It's already told her that it can't be seen due to the way that some people will react. She wants it to know that she doesn't judge it for the way it looks, and that she is willing to come to terms with its horrific appearance in order to extend it some humanity. So it is with that very bizarrely strong conviction to be righteous and humane to it that Gina continues to the vending machine. And she actually gets her pretzels. Make no mistake, her stomach was churning the entire time, and she actually manages to use the vending machine with her back to it. Pretzels in hand, she spins around to take another look at it before descending the stairs. It is at this moment that pure terror ripples through Gina. She is closer to it now, probably about 15 feet away, and she can see now that there is definitely no way that this thing is human. It is staring right at her like a wide-eyed insect. It is still in exactly the same position, except that it has swiveled its head a little bit to look at Gina as her position has changed. It looks like an alien. It looks like a demon. It was not human. Its huge, one-dimensional eyes do not have whites, and they're almond-shaped like the classic alien eyes that we all know. And it's then that Gina realizes that this thing is extremely tall, unthinkably tall. And although it is sitting and she is standing, its head is still higher than hers. And at first, she thought it was 9, maybe 10 feet tall. But then she does the math in her head. She's about 5'4". So if its head is above hers, that means from its butt to the top of its head is probably about 6 feet. And from its butt to its knees, maybe another 4 or 5 feet. And from its knees to its feet, maybe another 3. That means it is about 14 feet tall. Its huge eyes are fixed on her totally with fascination, alarm, and the most intense focus. Just the way her cat looks at something right before it pounces. When Gina made the decision to climb the stairs toward it instead of retreating back to the van, she thought it was sitting on something, and that's why its head was up so high. And now, from this closer perspective, she can see it's not sitting on anything other than its butt. If she had realized that the creature was this tall from the start, she very well may not have ever gone up those stairs. And once the ripple of terror recedes, Gina responds by smiling the way you smile at a stranger when you catch eyes on the bus. She shoots it a casual, innocuous little, "Hey, how you doing?" smile. Why and how she acted as though things were completely normal, she can't explain. She has never acted so cool in her life. Judging by its body language, Gina guesses that it was resting, but she has no clue. Maybe it's in the middle of something far more sinister. It did not look like a mutant or an experiment. It looked ancient, timeless, placeless, graceful, horrible, and also firmly in this dimension. It is not a hazy vision in the slightest. The lighting is not dim. It is not even a remotely ethereal experience. The extremely bright lights that illuminate the front facade of the rest area building reveal every contour of this entity. If only she had been closer, she could have provided more detail about its facial features. And as Jean is walking back to the van, she quickly strategizes about how to make sure that her fear does not paralyze her and keep her from getting back into the van safely. And she decides not to look back or even around her, because she knows that if she sees that it has moved, that it is getting closer, that she will never be able to get those keys into the door lock. But Gina does get the keys in the lock. And she unlocks the door, opens it up, climbs inside, closes the door behind her, and locks it. And she screams, "We need to leave!" And they do. And as they drive away, about 90 seconds since the last time Gina actually saw it, she looks out the window and it's gone. There's nothing where it had been, just brick wall and concrete floor. Gina begins to tell Doug that she just had the most ultimate experience. And although Doug is a guy who goes on and on about the Vedas and Madame Blavatsky and such, His only response was a trite, "We're in Florida. What do you expect?"